November 7th, Feast of Saint Willibrord. Welcome to Daily Saints with Grace. Fast, faithful stories told with clarity and heart. He had left the green edges of the British Isles and followed the cold rivers into the north. He carried a traveler's staff and a bishop's courage. People later called him the Apostle of the Frisians. Before titles, he had simply chosen to go. If his story stirred you by the end, comment he went and say where you watched from. Let's walk the coastline he crossed and the cities he planted. He was born around 658 in Northumbria, where wind pressed the monasteries flat against the sky. At Ripon, he learned the discipline of prayer and the grammar of mission, scripture in the mind, order in the day. He had been a quiet student. Seriousness sat on him easily. He carried obedience like a compass. He had not planned to be famous. He had planned to be useful. He crossed to Ireland and took the rough training of the cloister. Fast, silence, study. Veteran monks spoke of the pagan north, of sea routes that braided islands to empires. He listened, waited, and said yes. The decision felt simple then. If Christ had walked into hard places, his servants could board a boat. The sea would become his road. He and companions landed among traders and tides where wooden hulls leaned into the wind. A local ruler gave him room at first. Another, fierce and proud, pushed back. Reports said he taught where he could, moved when he must, and learned the patterns of the rivers. He baptized in ice-cold water, spoke through interpreters, and preached with more patience than thunder. Some doors opened, others remained barred. He marked the ones to try again. In the courts of the Franks, he found a different kind of harbor. Leaders with long horizons offered protection, roads, and grain. He accepted help without losing the gentleness that made his preaching land. From there, he traced the Meuse and the Rhine, learning how faith travels best, on friendship, food, and memory. The mission stopped feeling like a visit and started feeling like a home. He went to Rome and placed the work before the Pope. Sergius I consecrated him a bishop in 695 and set the pallium on his shoulders. The title did not make him louder. It made him answerable. He returned north and chose Utrecht for his seat, then built a base at Echternach, where prayer and bread could be found together. From those two anchors, the coastline began to steady. A fierce ruler rose again and slammed doors. He withdrew, waited, then returned when the tides of power shifted. He planted schools, rebuilt wooden churches after storms, and sent brothers 2 by 2 across the wetlands. He did not break idols with rage. He starved them by preaching a happier truth. Conversions came like winter dawn, slow, certain, and bright enough to work by. He grew older in Echternach, thinner from miles and seasons. On November 7th, 739, he died with the work still moving. Rivers still bearing news, villages still learning prayers, children still tracing the cross with small hands. Long after, processions wound through the town, and people remembered the man who had made far coasts feel near. He had begun with a boat and a blessing. He left behind a map. If this story steadied you, comment he went, like the video so others find it, subscribe for Daily Saints, and share it with someone who needs courage to start again.